In the wake of several gas explosion incidents across the country, the inappropriate location of a gas plant by name Handiskia Oil and Gas Limited, situated in a residential area precisely beside Marymount College in Agbo, has therefore posed an undeniable threat of emitting toxic substances from the gas plant, hazardous to health and devastating fire outbreak, necessitated a call for emergency PTA meeting to brainstorm measures to tackle the menace.
Once a gas plant is sited where it's not to be sited, the only option left for the ministry is to seal it up.
In an address by Reverend Father Philip Morde, who represented the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese, reassured parents and guardians that the diocese has not abandoned them, added that effort is in place for permanent solution to the challenge.
My presence here is to reassure each and every one of you that the diocese has not abandoned you and that the diocese is doing something about the situation. For the meantime, your children should be relocated to a different place so that the school can be reopened and continue the business of educating our children.
Comrade Engineer Onaho Lawrence commended the school authority and demanded that a letter be written to the Eka North-East Council Chairman and the Royal Palace of our kingdom.
Our sister, you are doing your best. We know you are challenged, but we want the diocese to be closer to you. We know that our God lives, but we must be very assiduous in a matter of such magnitude. The urgency of it matters alarmingly. We, the parents, we have not even done enough. I suggested, let us have a peaceful protest. This is PM Africa. Many other media houses will be invited. We'll go on peaceful protest. Let the world hear. It goes beyond signing document and this. This is Nigeria, where tribalism exists. If the man that has this gas plant is well talked, there's nothing majority can do. But our cries must be heard for something good to be done. And a letter should be written to the local government council chairman in the North-East. This is his domain. A letter should be written to the palace of Obi of Owa. Let them summon the owner of this gas plant. Let him come and answer them. And they will give an ultimatum to relocate it. If possible, the PMRS, they should write to them. This school should write. If it's for all of us to append our signatures for these letters to go, we will do. But we, the parents, will do our part by doing a peaceful protest within the shortest possible time. If the placards are here, we can do it. Thank you so much.
Mr. Odudu Franklin expressed conviction that other challenge of the school is an external factor. That 90% of the school challenges points finger at the gas plant in question, stated that the immediate solution is to remove the gas plant from the residential area, that it requires the effort of the diocese as the school belongs to them.
Anything that is happening is an external factor, and 80 to 90% it's pointing hands at the gas station. So the solution is this gas plant, how it will be resolved. While we use our initiative, whether we are relocating students from those areas that are very close to the gas plant. I don't know the extent the diocese is going about it, but I want to believe that sister as an individual and the collective, the head of this school, can do little or nothing. She must be backed by the diocese. It's not Marymount issue, it's not sister, it's a diocesan issue.
He requested the intervention of the judiciary on the matter to temporarily shut down the gas plant pending the court's verdict.
If this matter is taken to the courts, and the court can hear that case as soon as they can, this place can be shut down temporarily till that matter is concluded. Then we'll have peace. We know at the end of the day we'll win the battle because this place is not supposed to be sited in this vicinity, very close to the school, because our children's life is at stake.
Mr. Amslem Oko noted that the gas plant is a major accident hazard waiting to explode and suggested work would be done. He doubted if environmental impact assessment was carried out before the gas plant was sited.
First thing we're supposed to do is to put a petition to Environmental Department Asaba, copy the local government. If we are not following that, we can be making noise. There is nothing Bishop can do. Bishop is not a politician. He can only try. Environmental impact assessment, EIA, supposed to be conducted before a plant or industry is sited anywhere. Then before you will be given what we call LTO, license to operate. So with these two not available, it's completely illegal. So we have grounds to remove that plant from here.
Comrade Ndidi Oko records several petitions written by the legal advisor, Barrister Ifeanyi Williams Aolo, to relevant authorities from Office of the Presidency, state and local government. Yet nothing has been done except the Federal Ministry of Environment, who notified Handiskia Oil and Gas Limited that the structure of their gas plant is illegal.
The Office of the Governor was copied. The local government chairman's office was copied. Federal Ministry of Environment was copied, and so many others. And there was no response from these authorities outside the Federal Ministry of Environment. If you look at that platform, you will see the letter that the Federal Ministry of Environment wrote to the gas plant, that they should bring all evidences of this place being approved. After 1 month, they couldn't. They now wrote another one to them that what they are putting there is illegal.
PTA chairperson Mrs. Ngozi Mode obliged the idea of a peaceful protest, however, appealed to parents and guardians to exercise a little more patience to enable the diocese do his bid for a positive feedback.
The case is much more than what we are looking at. Allah said, the whole body, they are all involved. If it's royal mirror, it's not far from it though. It is air. Gas goes with air. Air is gas. So I am of the opinion that we march to Asaba. If they have refused to hear our silent cry, we will yell and scream for them to hear us. But then, we are operating under a seal in quotes because the school is not a private school in quotes. It is owned by the mission. And if we have to go on a protest, we will be informed and we will all come prepared. We want to hear from the priest before we come.
Mrs. Nze Juliana Ijoma instigated the idea of a peaceful protest that a public cry around town and beyond to offices of relevant authorities would yield a positive outcome.
There's a language this country understands. And the language is because most of you there may not know what we have heard about Maryland College trying to destroy the image of this school. But I carry these children and go and put them in St. John's Catholic Church. If anything happens, they will get to that place. The best thing is we make noise, the world will hear us. Because this one they are doing is not as if they are hiding anything. We are not hiding anything. Let us come out to hear us. The first one protest in Arrow. If they do not hear us, we vote ourselves. Government will come out. So they will win it. The media will carry it. So that they will know that parents are not sleeping. They want to destroy the school that started. God will not allow that to happen. That is my own.
Opinions rolled in from parents who expressed displeasure on the situation as they gave suggestions on immediate intervention.
We will not after talking now. We go away. We will say they are writing. Nigeria, they are writing. They are writing. Nobody will listen to you. I'm sure she has mentioned one. Before we leave here, I'm suggesting that before they say I've come again, we'll pick a date when we will reconvene to know what mission has done. Go and check what happened in the express. If we leave here and transfer you to that garage, they build with millions of naira, whether they like it or not. CTC, if we go there, it's all of us affected. Let's give it when we reconvene to know what the diocese have done. Two, let us begin by showing them a little action that we are not dormant. It cannot get a close, 2 days they start again. If it is right, all of us will start doing that right.
Please, I want to ask the bishop or the school management if they are hiding things from the parents. I think it's not really good for the school authority.
With or without medical reports, environmental reports, the gas plant is a danger to the school. We must begin from there. So I support the idea of a protest. I'm an old man, I can protest. Because let us go out there with placards and tell them that the man, a plant here, is not an authority unto himself. No matter the connection, it comes a situation even his godfathers will deny him. Take the message to the bishop that after this week, if nothing happens, let him not be surprised that we pour into the streets to tell the world what's happening.
Mrs. Isioma Eluamono requested that other neighboring schools be notified of the proposed peaceful protest.
I would have wished they should write to other schools like Parental, Royal Mirror, Igumbo, for the parents to join us, because let it not be that it's only Merrimat that this thing is going to affect. With that, the government may answer us. Thank you.
While commending the confidence of parents and guardians towards the school, Mr. Augustine Okafor suggested the need for immediate work to retain the good image of Marymount College.
If not for the confidence and trust we have in this school, I don't think you even have need to come here again. At least from the local level, we have a local government chairman, we have primary health care, we have environmental department. The last I heard from them was that they did not find anything. That is why the ESCO decided we do a media war, but tactfully, so that our good image will be retained.
Responding to accusation by parents and guardians on the school authority that there is something fishy regarding to the removal of the gas plant and the safety of the school, considering the impending disaster the gas plant poses to the lives of Marymount students and inhabitants in the area, these are the words of the school principal, Sister Joy Gertrude Okonkwo.
I just want to clarify the statement that parents are worried if we are hiding anything. I, for one, is not hiding anything, because we are talking about people's children. We are talking about life. It's not about the school. It is not about the school fees. If the students are not there, we cannot talk about school fees. So there's nothing, and with my calling, instead, I will bring out myself for people to help me. The only thing, as I said, that I'm doing both physical and spiritual, because I don't know where it is coming. I have invited Father Dibia, even when I spoke with Bishop and I told him I want Father Dibia to come, Father Dibia, they've all agreed. I have all agreed on when to come. There's nothing I am hiding concerning this case.
For updates on efforts so far on the challenge, the legal advisor, Barrister Ifeanyi Williams Awolo, addressed the House on the development, and for clarity, he also read the letter issued on the 9th of September 2021 from the Office of Minister for Environment, Abuja, to Hendeska Oil and Gas Limited, located at number 12 Melekwe Street, Bojiboji, Owa, Delta State, for the removal of the gas plant from residential area to avert health hazard and danger, which also stated that from their record, there is no approval given to Hendeska Oil and Gas Limited to site a gas plant in the said location, surrounded by residents and schools.
I remember in this our PTA meeting, we raised the issue and reported to parents how the gas operators came to warn sister that anytime they want to discharge their gas, and they should ensure that the fire in the kitchen is put off. A letter was sent to all authorities, starting from Mr. President to the Commissioner for Lands in the state, Commissioner, Minister for Environment, Minister of Petroleum, which of course controls the DPR and others. Surprisingly, the only agency that replied us is Ministry of Environment. Our Ministry of Environment reported to the effect that they have checked through their record and they did not give approval to set up this gas plant here. Even they replied, they sent to the gas plant, giving them 1 month to respond. Who gave them the authority? As we speak now, they have not responded. By the environmental law, by the DPM law, Minister of Petroleum, all the law says a gas plant should be sited in a non-residential area. It was on the basis of this that the Minister of Environment has said they should respond.
And we have armed ourselves with one authority that they don't have authority to set up that gas plant there. We have complained to all the authorities. They appear to pay deaf ear to our complaints. So, is it that somebody else is sabotaging the effort of this school? I would prefer to believe that. If somebody else is not sabotaging the effort of the school, why is it that up till now, the Delta State government has not even responded as we speak? When the issue broke out, it was in the social media everywhere. Nobody will say did not read it. And if the governor did not read it, he has media aides who will read and bring it to his attention. Governor daughter came here, and the sister called me that the whole place is about to catch fire. One night, what did I do? I had to call the area commander. I called the TPO. All of them ran to the place. Before you can discharge the gas, you have to expel the air. So when you expel the air, it pollutes the environment before they now discharge their gas. How long will we continue with this? And my brother here spoke about whether the school is hiding anything. I stand to tell you outright, without missing words, that the school is not hiding anything. If all the reports they have conducted, just one is against the school, we will not be here again. The Ministry of Education have taken a very big sledgehammer on the school authority. They have gone to the hostel, they have gone to their food, they have taken sample, and the report is not negative against the school. The media war has just commenced. That's why we said PM, be here, the channels will soon be here. When we start our cry, others will join us. This school have old girls across the world. There are ladies who are influential. There are ladies who are holding various positions of authority at every place. Let us bring it to their attention. What is the sense of having Ministry of Environment, having Ministry of Energy, Ministry of DPR and the rest? Once a gas plant is sited where it's not to be sited, the only option left for the ministry is to seal it up. Thank you.
Engineer Isaac Ikwebe, who also elucidated the health hazard inhaled from the toxic of gas substance, urged everyone concerned to brace up to ensure justice prevails.
Inhaling of LPG vapor can cause inflation in nose and throat, headache and nausea, as we know for this vomiting, dizziness, want to fall all the time, and loss of consciousness. LPG vapor can cause fainting and choking, etc., etc. This fight is not an easy one. We need to work based on to ensure that we get justice. Thank you very much.
At the end of the PTA meeting, some members who spoke with channels and PMTV correspondents expressed grievances on the situation as they appealed to concerned authorities for immediate removal of Handiska oil and gas plant to avert another disaster.
We are here to protest against the unlawful siting of a gas plant right inside, because we will not say beside. It is just a fence and the road that is the difference between the gas plant and the institution. It is affecting our children because they hazardous gas. The children sleep at night, they discharge products, the children wake up in the morning, they have their voices, they can't talk, they have catarrh, they have cold. We are tired and we need the government to please come to our rescue. For instance, if we have an explosion, this community will not be spared. We are not talking about Merriman College here. We are talking of the entire community. Like we had last year, nobody will be spared. Let us look at the general effect of the explosion. Now, if we look at the effect on Marymount College, we are going to lose our daughters. Plank is just next to us, where you have babies, children. There are other schools around us. The emission from the gas plant is affecting our children, and we are tired.
We have written to the Federal Ministry of Environment. We copied the presidency. We copied the state governor. We've written letters. The Ministry of Environment gave us a response that they didn't approve the siting of the gas plant. What we want the state government to do is to please shut the gas plant for the safety of our children and the entire community.
Before I talk about the fear, let's look at the aspect of the law. Does any law in Nigeria, including the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, permit any agency, including the DPR, to locate a gas plant or approve a gas plant within a residential area? The answer is no. If the answer is no, I fall back to what the chairman has said. That gas plant should be closed down completely. As our children, their life is at a very serious risk. When you look back here, this is St. Cecilia's hostel. 80% of the students that is hospitalized now are from this hostel. You can see the proximity from the school to the gas plant. The Melekwe Road used to be the Berryman College land. For the purpose of expansion, they ceded the road, that space, about 20 feet, which of course covered the road. So it is only the road that is the boundary between the school and the gas plant. So behind this, the hostel is a kitchen. And you know that once there's a gas explosion, it goes with the wind. It's not like fuel that where it's flowing through that will burn. It goes with the wind. And we saw it when it happened at New Lagos Asaba Road. People at the express, people who are about 200 meters away from the gas plant were affected. Over 40 persons died. No amount of money can bring back life. And we cannot wait until the worst is done. That is why we, the parents, are calling on this federal government, calling on the state government, and the local government, as the case may be, to take proactive measure in ensuring that this gas plant should not be in operation by next week. Since the government is not ready to help us, it's not ready to come to our aid, in spite of all the letters we have written, we will take laws into our hands and protect ourselves. Ordinarily, as the landlord association in this area, one Mr. Arinze up there, I remember he came to my office and to say he is in support of what we are doing. Then one Mr. Ogumado, the son, is our comrade. He was one time chairman of national chairman of CDHR. I will also contact him. So all of us will be in this struggle. It's a struggle we must actualize. It's a struggle we must succeed. We will not allow anything to happen to any of our children. We have lost a child, and we're not prepared to lose more. Every now and then, children are falling sick because they are inhaling toxic substance. And if it's not stopped now, it can affect them in future, gradually destroying their internal organ, which we will not allow.
The school authority directed that the school should be shut down so that they can take time to look at what has actually been happening, whether there is an issue, health, or whatever. And since that day, various authorities have visited the school. NAFDAC was here, NCDC came, World Health came, so many of them came. Till this very date, they have not been able to bring out one result on what may be the cause of this incident. Because I believe strongly that from their reports, if the school was the one having that is the problem from the school, they wouldn't waste time to bring those results out. So we are saying that there may be something underground working for the operators of these gas plants. Because for such authorities to have visited the school, took all the samples, water, sand, they went to the storehouse where the foods are stored, they took from every batch took to their laboratories over a month ago till this very date. No results. No communication to the school. In authority, there's an undertone to the siting of this gas plant. Ordinarily, this is a densely populated area. This is the heart of Abo. How will you site a gas plant here?
It all happened on the 2nd of July, 6 weeks ago, when my daughter was sleeping at night, precisely 4:05, according to her and her siblings in the same hostel. She was struggling to breathe, and at that point, she discovered she could not talk. Up to date, they have referred us from Agbo to FMC, from FMC to specialists. From specialists, by next tomorrow, I'm moving to Lagos for another ENT doctor. My daughter, who is 15 years old by September, cannot talk up to date. When she talks, you can't hear her. From the lab results here, we are told that her blood cell was normally supposed to be 4,000. Her own was 20,500, which shows that she has been inhaling a lot of things. And medically, we should know that at night when we are sleeping, our immune system is low. Our immune system cannot fight for anything at that point. Even some of the sisters in this other hostel, I have 3 of them here. Some of the sisters in this hostel confirmed that on Friday night, the vehicle was parked here in the evening, which all shows that there was discharge that night. And she inhaled it, and that is what I'm still passing through up to date. To the federal government, to the state, should please do something now, or else we go the other way around.
My daughter is 13 years old in JSS 3. She's also in this St. Cecilia's hostel. Wow. Has started last year, December. I think she was the first child that was affected in this school. We got a call at night that she was jerking. I was like, jerking? Is she having fever? They said no. Did she fall and hit her head anywhere? They said no, that she's just jerking and that they are rushing her to the hospital. So immediately I called my husband, and that night we took a vehicle and rushed down to this place. My daughter has, from her birth till date, till that day, she has never had any form of seizure or convulsion, even as a child. Because these were the questions that they kept asking me. How did you deliver her? Was she this? Was she that? And all that. And from here, I signed against medical advice that day because at least I work in FMC, so I wanted to take her with me. We got there, we did EEG, we took her to Benin to do MRI on her. And then my daughter was now placed on epileptic drugs. Up till date, this is not a drug you just wake up and you stop. All till date, my daughter is on drug. We take Epilim, we take Tegretol. We take it morning, we take it at night. While she was writing her JSS 3, if not for the extra care sister was taking, I don't think this child would have been able to write that exam. My people were all telling me, pull her out, pull her out. Because anytime she comes back to the house, she's fine and well. But once she goes back to school, my phone, anytime I see sisters call, I'm like, Jesus, they have called again. She has started again. And that is always the news. And I just called to tell you that she was jerking. And we had to start her. Sister was now monitoring her and giving her, according to my daughter, she had to take anti-malaria up to 3 times in one term. That once she just, at least, because we have noticed that once there is a little small stress, the thing she goes to bed, she wakes up. Sometimes at night, that is when she starts jerking. While she was writing JSS 3 exam, they kept math for my daughter to be, when she starts jerking, they put her down. In the midst of every other child, not just in Marymount College, but in other schools. But then, thank God for her own, since we came back from that JSS 3, because they wrote earlier. So obviously, she left the environment. She has been out of this environment for a very long time now. She has not jerked. But she is still on this drug that she's going to take, if not jerking, for the next 2 years. Because they are going to have to start weaning her off it. After 6 months of no seizure, they will now reduce the dose. And then that is how gradually, for a child that was hale and hearty before she came to this school. So I'm appealing to the government. I'm appealing to all those in authority. Whatever needs to be done has to be done now. We shouldn't wait until the casualty becomes more than this. A parent had already they've lost their child. So there is no way, life cannot be replaced. But this business can be relocated. They can put it somewhere else. And then it will still continue to boom. So I'm appealing to all those that can help to please come to our aid. We need help at this point. Thank you.
Shortly after the interview, they walked down to the location for sightseeing and media documentary purpose. Along the walkway from the entrance gate of Marymount College, heading to Melekwe Street, is Periplock Nursery and Primary School, which caused members of PTA of Marymount College decides to take the bull by the horn by demanding the instant removal of the gas plant from residential area. For records, it is worthy to note that all petitions written to state and national authorities was disregarded despite the awareness of the scientific evidence and hazard of operational occurrences of gas plants. It is unanimously believed that since all efforts made internally since inception of Hendiska gas plants to relevant authorities in the state and national level yielded no result, it became necessary to take it to the court of public opinion. To this end is the remarkable move of Parents and Teachers Association of Marymount College that agreed to be the last appeal to relevant authorities for the immediate removal of the gas plant by the school fence, as no family is ready for condolences anymore. Reporting from Agbo, Nnamdi Betta, PMTV News.
Hey everybody, keep watching PMTV.
I'm giving a shout out to PMTV, People's Mind.
Yo guys, it's Emeka from Amsterdam, Holland. Go and check PMTV.
Hey guys, keep watching PMTV.
Nigerians, wherever you are, whether you're in Enugu, Lagos, Abuja, keep on watching People's Mind Television, PMTV.